Ha! Sorry, my feet are caught in cords. Hello, everybody! My name is Kazm Vulfhart, aka King Kazm, whatever you want to call me, and welcome back to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Not much in the way of what I want to, like... I guess I'll just say this. If you want to support me as a content creator... If you... Fucking hell. Let's talk about intros for a bit. So... I want to hit sound. That's what I want to do. So here's the deal with intros. Intros usually set the tone for what kind of video you're getting yourself into. And they're great, usually. Like, personally speaking, I enjoy watching a lot of people, like, have different types of intros. Jacksepticeye's was always high energy whenever he was doing the top of the morning to you laddies. Markiplier's is still kind of... I think... Has Markiplier's intros really ever changed when he actually does intros with Stellars? Of course. It's L. Aha, this time I remember. Why are you not turning? Game Grumps has been the same for almost a decade. Yes, because there was a wall there that you hit clearly. And Smitty does like a little blurb at the beginning of his video to kind of give you a rundown of what the video is. And I'm not saying I'm trying to emulate them, but I am trying to like use them as examples whenever I do my intro, and my intro is kind of a pretty decent. I think if I had to personally compare it, I'd say it's a combination between Mark's and Smitty. Well, not Smitty's. I'd say it's pretty close to Markiplier's, to be honest. Not exactly the same. Probably doesn't have the same punch or anything like that, but it's pretty close. Well, it's close. We'll say it's close. Because that's a more fair assessment. Where's the rest of my team? Why are you not warping to me? There you are. But anyways, where's this lead? Because that's an elevator. Whoa, that's a drop. Wildflowers. But whenever you do an intro, you try and make it so that it's not, like, awkward. There's a lot of dust in this air. And to me, the casual... Hello, everybody, my name is X. Welcome back to X. It feels relaxing. Or it feels like me. For lack of a better term. So I'm gonna have to go back in here and run north. But where does this elevator bring me? Where'd the elevator go? Where'd the elevator go? It was very obvious and blatant. Where the fuck did it go? That's the minute mark. There it is. So the calls to action were... Oh, there is a Lionel blocking my path. He's wearing armor. I should eat. Do I have any form of club weapon to use against this idiot? There we go. I was not paying attention. How far do I need to be? Ooh. He one-shots my shields. I don't know how that one hit me, but that's fine. I'm not going to be salty about it. Interesting. Okay, so it's a side sweep with that attack. But not that one! I'm just gonna eat them all. I aimed that wrong. Or I timed that wrong. Get up. Should work. Should work. Aha! Ole! Well, that's some fun. Ouch! Am I out of range? No! You hit the horsey! Aha! You're dead now. Lionel gut. Ooh. Whoa. Well, that was an interesting endeavor. What was I saying again? I got distracted by the armored Lionel. Yeah, the calls to action for my Patreon and my Coffee, by the way, both of which have links in the description below, and my Discord server, also link in the description below, are clunky, almost. Where am I? I'll get those back. Actually, I'm near a stable, so let me go ahead and spend the night at the stable. Get my health back. Wait, what? What did I find? Or did I already find... I feel like I've already found this. No. But it's important, like, I think it's important for me to try and get them in the beginning of the video, because I've noticed audience retention tends to drop a little bit after the first 30 seconds of my video. So I kind of want to get those out there early. I'm just trying to figure out a great organic way to do it, because I don't want it to be, like, clunky or robotic, because that's not exactly appealing. It's not appealing to viewers. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Get over here and help me heal. And we'll take a regular bed, please.
Oh. Ah. Oh.
I'll pay.
Ah.
Morning, please. Oh. But I don't care. Full restore. Next reward in 1 point.
Hmm?
That is a very good, astute observation, sir. What can you do with the Demon Lord? Coming back and returning to ruin life as we know it. See, that's something interesting to me, because that actually kind of mirrors real life. Especially my real life, because for the longest time, my brain has been a worst-case scenario type brain. Like, a really good example is my videos aren't getting views. I've been shadow banned by YouTube. I'm never going to get views again. Blah blah blah. It's a ridiculous way to think about it, because it's not actually the case. The thing is, my videos aren't getting views for one reason or another. Usually it's just because the impressions are down. And YouTube's algorithm is absolute chaos. Chaos, to put it nicely. But I've had other situations where it's like that too, like... when I used to work at Walmart, there was a time where I was going to be fired for a very stupid reason. It was during the COVID pandemic, and the new coach at the time was tasked with it, and they said, "Oh, you're saying you're symptomatic, even though you're not." Basically what had happened was COVID was causing me a lot of stress, and unfortunately when I get stressed out, I exhibit symptoms similar to COVID, but not exactly like COVID. And they were asking me, well, what's the deal with that? And I'm like, well, here's the deal with that. It's just how my body reacts to heavy stress. It's not that I'm symptomatic and I'm lying, it's just that that's how I know my body. And I know it's not COVID because at the time slow COVID wasn't a thing. But also, that is a bomb. But also, like, I would know, for the most part, if I was actually, like, sick. Like, sick. Regardless of whether or not it was COVID, a common cold, or what. I would know something's very wrong with my body. I can't do what I need to do. I need to do things to help me get better. Where is this? There it is. And during this whole ordeal, I tell her like it is. And it's like, look, this is how my body reacts to being heavily stressed. I'm technically an essential worker, so that's just adding to the stress because I don't get breaks. People are calling off because they can, because you guys got rid of the point system. For those of you that don't know, if you work at Walmart, there's a point system, and if you call off too many times, your points accumulate and you get fired. But during COVID, because so many people were getting sick with COVID, they called that system off. And so a lot of people abused it because, well, guess what? No, people are no longer getting penalized for calling off. If they had just bared with it, they probably could have gotten rid of it altogether because eventually people would have been like, oh yeah, I need money. And continued working again. But because of all that, the lady went and said, well, I'm sorry, but you lied to us saying you were not symptomatic, which, like, theoretically I wasn't. Because, like, I only showed, like, 2 of the 5 signs that people were saying was a part of COVID. And this is early COVID, too, by the way. This is early pandemic. Am I even allowed to talk about this on YouTube? Will YouTube, like, ruin this video's impression rate because I'm talking about a pandemic? I feel like it would. I feel like that would be what YouTube does because of how YouTube is with other sensitive topics. Anyways, she said, sorry, you basically lied to us. You are symptomatic. All that fun jazz. We're gonna have to fire you. And I'm like, oh, worst case scenario. Yay, I'm not gonna be able to live. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life. Like, literally, my brain was just like, worst case scenario, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to adult. I am not an adult. I need an adultier adult to tell me how to adult. And it was so stupid because, like... So, like, as an example... For the most part, when an average person gets a managerial position... I say average, meaning, like, just... someone who's a regular employee, whenever they get a... And I know not everybody is like this. I'm going to clarify that right now. Not everybody is like this. But most people, when they get a managerial position of any sorts, their brains shut off. And it's no longer a kid... Oh no, that's a rock. It's no longer a case of... well... listening to logic, I guess is the best way to put it. Because part of your logic has to go out the window because 9 times out of 10, here in America at least, if you are in a managerial position, it's because you had to kind of not kiss ass, because that's kind of unfair to those who have earned the managerial position through hard work, and the business decided to actually reward them for it. But usually also those kind of people who worked hard are the ones that were able to keep their head about them and use logic properly in certain scenarios. But because of how over here in America works, 9 times out of 10, if you are in a managerial position, it's because you were a kiss-ass. We'll say 7 times out of 10, just to give people the benefit of the doubt, and to not get myself flamed in the comments. But about 7 times out of 10, it's usually because somebody was a kiss-ass. They don't actually meet the qualifications to be in that managerial position, but they got there anyways because the person that put them in that position likes having their dick sucked, for lack of a better term. So, this leads to... It's also a case of, like, oh, a majority of higher-ups want yes men over actual managers, too, by the way. Because, like, it's not just only kiss-asses that get raises. Like, of the 70% of managers out there who are in that position wrongly, they're either swindlers, kiss-asses, or yes men. The other 30% who are good managers usually are good managers. They use logic, they use their heads, they think. They're like, oh, yeah, this didn't get done, but the reason being is because of these outside reasons that my team had no... That is a boss arena. Had no handle on, or no say in the matter. I know I saw a boss arena. I am 100% certain I saw a boss arena around here somewhere. Might have been the Yiga clan base, actually, now that I think about it. Oh well. I also realized I was way off topic. Basically, what I was trying to get at was... my brain will sometimes go into a worst-case scenario, and that causes me to get this emotion of just hopelessness and, like, doubt and all that fun stuff. And it's basically unwarranted. It's not real, because the chances are the worst-case scenario isn't going to happen to you. Like, a good majority of the time, probably roughly around like 80%-ish of the time, maybe 90%-ish of the time, if something bad is going to happen to you, it's not going to be as bad as you think. And the same can be, that's a Frox. The same can be said for, like, real-life stuff. To use an example, the Russian-Ukrainian conflict is definitely kind of a worst-case scenario type deal. It's not a worst case, but it's a worst case, because a lot of people are being affected, a lot of people are getting hurt, a lot of people are suffering, and it's not fair. All because one person is dealing with, oh, I'm getting old, I don't like it. My glory days are behind me. I'm sorry, I'm always going to mock Putin, even if he comes to my doorstep, I will mock the fuck out of him. I'll die. More than likely, because he'll just get his little posse to kill me, but, like, I'll mock the shit out of him. Because he's nothing more than a bitch. And nobody can change my mind on that. But because of all that, like that is a worst case scenario, or a worst case scenario. It hasn't gotten to worse, because technically worse would probably be full-on nuclear fallout, and I really hope I don't call that out. I really hope I didn't just, like, manifest that. Then again, there are a lot of people kind of wishing for that anyways because they're psychopaths, but... But anyways, so, like, that's a worst-case scenario. Another scenario is... Actually, you know what? A good example... Well, it's not a good example, but it's an example nonetheless. South Park actually touched upon this during one of their episodes. I think it was the Obama-McCain election episode that they did, where Obama gets elected. The people who voted for McCain are basically building a fallout shelter to, like, save their asses. And everybody who voted for Obama is in the middle of the streets partying. And it's just like the two extremes of what happens with at the end of an election. We've got riots, usually made by the losers, but in this case it wasn't. It was made by the winners. But at the end of the episode, this is the important part to me. At the end of the episode, the people who voted for McCain come out of the fallout shelter and nothing's changed. Like, the world didn't end, the country didn't end, although a lot of people got hurt because, holy shit. But, like, things weren't bad, and one of the McCain supporters said, well, maybe it won't be so bad. And then, inversely, one of the Obama supporters, Randy, he basically woke up from his heavy binge drinking stupor and was like, where's my TV? Where's my pants? Why do I have a headache? Oh, and he also lost his job. And then he was like, Obama said things would be better. But the thing is, like, he brought all that on himself. And that's the thing, like, you can be afraid of what the future holds. I'm afraid of what the future holds. I have no idea what's going to happen in my future. And that concerns me a little bit. Like, not knowing is a very big concern for me. But I accept that it's a part of life, and that nothing I can really do can change that. So while I am concerned about it, it doesn't rule me. Or at least I try not to let it rule me. I try not to let the idea of not knowing eat away at me. Because there genuinely is no point to letting it eat away at you. Can I get to a point where I can stand? It doesn't look like it. Okay, don't move. I really wish Link didn't turn around when he did that. Trying not to die is what I'm trying to do. Oop. So yeah, like, the people who... And once again, I'm talking about a cartoon here. I'm not talking about real life. This is a cartoon where there are no real characters. There are portrayals of real characters, don't get me wrong. But there are no real characters. I need to get up there. Nope. Auto build, please. I need to find the rest of this piece. this might be flat enough, just barely, to let me stand on it. I was wondering when you're going to stop moving. Okay, this time we'll actually try a hot air balloon. It's cheaper too, technically speaking. But we all, like, I think what the issue is, it's not even really an issue, it's just common human behavior, is that we blow things out of proportion than what they really are. And it's sadly true, and, like, it's not really a criticism, per se. More of just a blunt fact. Like, when's the last time you were able to go out to a random person and say, "You're ugly," and then you both move on with your lives? And I'm using that as an example on purpose. Is this a statue? Oh, it's a bargainer statue. I accidentally found one. Let me go ahead and get the light route. But, like, back when I was younger... Oh, that's enemies. Those are enemies. I don't want to face you. Leave me alone. Like, back in the 90s when I grew up, my world wasn't really guarded. We'll put it like that. We had people who were dicks sometimes just for the sake of being dicks. But we didn't let it get to us. We being like my family and stuff like that. We just realized that that's how life is, that's how people are. There's nothing we can really do about it. Beyond just like complaining to each other and then moving on with our day. That's just how it is. Okay, where is this bargainer statue? It's not at the top, is it? Where are these great deals? But because of all that... Do I have to go all the way up? Am I dumb? I think I'm dumb. How tall is this statue? Get up top. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna get my stamina back. This is like the tallest point in the depths, isn't it? I accidentally scared myself. Can I cheat the system a bit? Yeah! Where's this thing's head? Oh, I found it. This is what they're supposed to look like? They're massive. Wait, I can get the Dark Hood. I can also get the Gators of the Depths. So I get even more gloom resistance. Ooh. I think I'm only down to one more of these guys. I don't want to wear the Gators. Now I get 2 gloom hearts. Ha 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 ha. Oh, also, I can now wear... Where are the dark pants? My eyes are burning. What's this ability? Night speed up. I am Dark Link. But I've reached the end of the episode. I'm gonna have to call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like. Sorry, stretching. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That we can see more content like this in the future. And if you come back on the regular and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. It helps out a ton, and I'm greatly appreciative. If you could share this video with your friends, your family, your favorite group of bargaining statues. These things are massive. I'd appreciate that as well. I can't barely see the freaking depths. And if you would like to support me as a content creator, I have a Ko-fi and a Patreon. Links are in the description down below. And if you would like to join me as a content creator and a content enjoyer, link of that is also in the description below. And as always, I will see you as we continue our adventures in Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Bye-bye.